just like to welcome Clayton Ryan to the Shared Dial Show today, and welcome. Yeah,
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
yeah, thank you for joining us. And Americana, country, soul, and rock artist from right here in Minneapolis. But you haven't
Yeah.
always been in Minneapolis, but you're here now.
Yeah, I grew up in southern Iowa and I've lived in South Dakota for a number of years, lived in Los Angeles for a bit. And so I've been in Minnesota for coming up on 2.5 years. And it's definitely been favorite place I've lived so far. And I've no intentions of going anywhere too soon.
Right, right. Did you live in Nashville also?
No, but
No.
I try and get there once a month and I've got enough of a group of friends down there and stuff to do. If I ever wanted to, I probably could make something work down there.
Yeah, I lived down there for years, way, way back. Yeah, definitely, definitely. But now I know you have a special night coming up on April 4th at the Turf Club, and you are going to be showcasing your gas station Society Club album reveal. And maybe you could tell us a little bit about it because it's a little bit different how you're going to be doing this. You're going to be actually playing the whole album and
Yeah.
throughout. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about how you decided to do it this way.
Yeah, well, an album takes a lot of time, and I've just been so excited to get these new songs out that I thought, you know what, let's create something special for people that want to be there kind of on the ground floor of it and
Hmm.
do an album reveal show for Gas Station Social Club. And it's you know, the people that'll be there will be the first to hear it, and we get to play these songs in real life, and then the album's coming out later on the year. And rather than, releasing it, giving this as an opportunity for people to be a part of the album before it's even out and
Right.
making an exclusive event where there's going to be brand new merch that's related to the album and brand ways to sign up and just get the album like you can just reserve your copy of it for when it comes out. And it's almost like a launch campaign, almost like
Right.
we're unveiling like a new product, like a new iPhone or something. And so it's very much supposed to be like a an invitation for people to be a part of this before I even have to go put out Instagram reels or some way to promote it. It's just I want people that are
Yeah.
there to be able to start telling their friends about it. And
At
so
the
yeah,
gas
it's
station social club.
and so yeah, it's a new concept, but at least as far as I know, I'm just always glad to just experiment and figure out what works, what doesn't, and give people something new along the way if I can.
I like it. And then, of course, like when you're there listening to it, I mean, it's going to really make people anxious for when it does come out. And I
I sure
also
hope.
was,
So
yeah,
really trying to
definitely.
capture people's
Yeah.
attention long after they've left, where they have that thing in their hand that's a reminder, like, oh yeah, that's who we saw.
Yeah, definitely. And the Turf Club is like, what a great place to, showcase it, you know?
Yeah, and I'm excited to see however many people we get in there. I definitely, yeah, it's a big venue, so I sometimes wonder if it's more a bit off more than I can chew. But
Oh
it's
no.
we're getting a
This
good
is such a great
response,
hub for great music and musicians, you know what I mean? That don't know
very
who are
much.
like, what's it like? And I'm like, oh my God, it's just great, And you are one of them. I mean, I am just so impressed
But
with your
the
music.
album itself has been a mixture of old songs that I've rehashed from over the years that didn't have a spot until now. I mean, Gas Station Social Club is a song I wrote like early 2023. I was living in Los
Oh,
Angeles
really? Yeah.
and trying to get in touch, some of that like California country sound and like Steve Earle and all that was big on my playlist at
Uh-huh.
this time. And I think I was missing home. I was missing the Midwest. And
Right.
I wrote a very early version of that song that, it's very different than it was in the origin, but even the title track is one from early 2023. So, I mean, at least 3 years old, and it just kind of sat in the background until this year. A couple of the songs are that way. Some of them are completely different from how they started. Some I wrote just for this album. One of the songs is called Picture, and it's one I wrote with my friend Brandon Jones when I was living in South Dakota.
These hotel beds are cold and I'm sleeping alone. Wish you were laying in my arms. Wish you were laying in my arms. Making a living is killing me. So far from the love where I wanna be. This kind of living's a thrill to me. Have a great old life, one day you'll see. Until that time, I'll take a picture on the road.
I was the bassist in his band, and we were touring all across the Rocky Mountain area, playing honky tonks and doing 4-hour shows and just hitting the honky tonk and rodeo circuit. And we wrote that song together, and he put one out, and I thought, I want to take a crack at it and put my own version on. And this would be a couple spoilers, but there's also a Clint Black cover on this album. His hit single "Killin' Time" is my favorite, probably favorite country song of all time, and so that's going to be my own reimagined version of that. And so it's a mixed bag of kind of everything that's happened to me and everything I've listened to over many years.
Yeah, because you're a storyteller, and I love that about your music. And, because, people can relate to it. Like, when you're telling a story in your music, people hear, I got a little sneak peek of, that's the title song. And you mentioned Tanya Tucker. And
oh, yeah.
I worked for her in Nashville. That's what I was doing down there. And so
no kidding.
That was kind of funny when I heard her. I'm like, oh my gosh, So, but you can, it's like you listen to every word that you're singing. And, that's what I love about, your music. It's like something that you can relate to and listen to and follow and kind of get caught up in it. So, you have a knack for writing like that. And I think that's great,
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And, I don't know if it comes easy to you or,
Well, it comes in waves, and songwriting for me is something where I'm a terrible person to talk to about, and I've said this in so many interviews, I'm a terrible person to talk to about songwriting, about
really?
the process, because I don't know, I have a song, it'll come to me in one just flash. It's everything all at once. It's the drums, it's the guitar parts, it's the whole thing at
Isn't
once.
That something?
And I have to try and capture it all as quickly as I can, and then and I'll go through just flourishes of that, and then I won't write for months on end, or and I'm not a good person to co-write with, because I come into a session, I have it done, and any sort of hacking away at that is just a little bit. I don't know. I'm like, I wouldn't say it doesn't play well with others, but it's just, unless we're setting out to write for someone else, which I can put on a completely different mindset. If it's my own stuff, I kind of just keep it that way to myself, because it's, I don't know, it's, the influence sometimes, I'm a very impressionable person, and I've learned that I need to isolate myself from the internet, other people, and just have some time to just really think, what do I actually think? And it's something I'm working on, and this is one way to do it, is just keep my music to me for now.
Yeah. Well, that's that's what I mean. The creative process of songwriting is for everybody different. I think that's what is so amazing about songwriting, is everybody has their own process, but they still get it done, and then they still come up with works of art. Cabin in the Stars, and that one really hit me in a way. I love that song, and so what is the story behind that? That is really a powerful song. Seriously.
I wrote that. That's one of the songs that made it out of, there was a time in my life where I was trying to write a song every day for a year. And that failed for various reasons. I had a full-time trucking job that was, oftentimes I'd be out of the state or away from home doing overnight trips, and just trying to cram in a song also while driving, while, trying to get home and just doing normal human stuff. And then on top of that, I started becoming the song write a day guy, and that's I don't like the gimmicky stuff, but but that was one of them, that a very early form of that song came out, and it was, I don't know, as someone who's moved around a whole lot, it's been very hard for me to come to terms with the feeling of hometown, because I have many of them. Your home is where the most people show up to your funeral when you die. And I feel like there'd be a lot of people coming from all of those hometowns. And so it ended up turning into like a greater, rewriting the song, it turned into a greater thought of like what happens like when we die. And it's supposed to be sort of like no matter what happens, like it's all going to be good. And, you know, the only thing we can guarantee is the way we treat other people here on the planet. And like no one truly knows what's after this. And if we're lucky, we'll all get our plot of land up in the sky. But if not, then do the best you can while you're still here. And it's, I don't know. I'm a happy, I have a good life, but you know, I have my own struggles, and I think about, you know, what happens after this and what we leave. And I think about it a little bit too much. And so I don't know, just to like air that out and end the album like that too. It's going to be, I think, I can't wait to hear the whole thing just back to front when it's all, or front to back when it's done, and end with just this giant choral ending. So,
I mean,
anyway.
what a work of art of that, you know what I mean? To go from beginning to end and hear everything in between and the journey that it's been and the life you've lived within those songs.
The whole album it's a mixture of the things I listened to growing up, and it's a mixture of the things I've actually experienced. And albums for me are like these scrapbooks of moments of my life, because I'm the only one that truly knows with all these songs where they came from, what I was thinking about. You know, like the opening track, Gas Station Social Club, I wrote it living in Los Angeles while missing my South Dakota country band, cover band that I played in, that used to play guitar. The four other guys that have come along with me, I say 4+1 because we have a videographer that is following along, and he's the honorary sixth guy. And so yeah, it's the same band that's been with me since kind of the end of 2024.
Okay.
And I take them on the road whenever I can, and we've all been growing together as a unit. You know, everyone's brings their own little bit of something to the table, and we've been working really hard on getting this album up to par, or up to our standards. And yeah, it'll be the same band I've been getting to share with the Midwest over the last year and a half or so.
Yeah, that's great, because you had a lot of success with your first release.
Ladies and gentlemen, Clayton Ryan.
Ghost town, a dead man walking on the cold ground. These memories.
First of all, Clayton Ryan has a fantastic voice. It's ridiculous.
Like a new psalm hung up on the good times. Thank y'all so much. Out on every street.
You guys like to have a real musician come up here and sing a song for you?
By better long gone days. There ain't no love left in this place. Thank y'all for having me.
You know, that was a really huge success. So, you know, I know this one's going to be just as great, you know, so I'm really looking forward to it. But I wanted to talk about your YouTube documentary series. Now, I'll admit, we watched the whole thing, and it's so good and so entertaining and so fun. I mean, it's just great. There's like nothing. I was on the road with Tanya, so that's like was right up my alley.
Sure.
Anything that's on the road, and I'm like, okay, I'm in, you know? So, I mean, how much fun is that?
This has been simultaneously the easiest and hardest tour that I've had to do yet. This is the first time we brought the entire band together. They're trusting us with a lot, with their lives, many miles, the food, everything.
We went from playing balls to the wall, rock and roll, to like an insane version of dynamics that we have not really done a lot of. It's really hard to be doing music right now and competing with all the entertainment at home and the distractions and everything. I'm going to lose it on stage in the best of ways.
We're so good at having fun.
Please don't let me drown.
We don't give up when the crowd doesn't match what we think we should have. We're going to give them a hell of a show. We'll give them a hell of a show.
We called it the Wild Man Tour because that was the song and that was kind of the theme. And it has just really turned into the Wild Man Tour.
Like I've said before, I can't think of a single thing that could go wrong.
We've been in a situation where the trailer, basically the hitch broke. Clayton Ryan Band will unfortunately not be able to make it this evening.
Oh, that ain't good. That ain't good at all.
We're not sure if we're even going to be able to get the band fixed right now. We have 14 days ahead of us.
Yeah.
Oh my. The exhaustion of the tour is certainly taking a toll on everyone.
The third option is to just go home right now, and that is not an option. So that is out the window.
Why'd you say it then?
Because we have to let them know.
It's the Wild Man Tour, dude!
Oh, Lord, yeah.
I took my first real serious stage fill.
There are lessons being learned.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are.
Being able to, film it and just, be whatever you want
It's
to be on the
everything, and
road.
we
It is
we have
everything.
it's like it encompasses all that, and it's none of it. I mean, we have little bits we throw in there where obviously there's like wouldn't it be funny to add this little script in there, but like the actual interactions and the situations are 100% real, and there's there's these documentaries about bands that everyone knows about, and it's exciting to see what they were doing, and then NBC had some show where it's like watch these artists struggle for their big shot. I'm like, that's a part of it, but when you're running around in a tour bus and having catering and Keith Urban's there, like it's not really the actual struggle that most people go through. And
I know.
we like to give people a view of what it actually truly is like, and how how much work goes into us getting out there and playing for folks and showing that we want this much, that we will sleep on a couch or we're eating sardines on the side of the road, and we could get the hotels, but to make an actual living out of this and earn it really is. And season 4 too is going to be which is coming out here starting April 6th every Monday, is going to be probably the best representation of how good and bad it can get, because there's some awesome shows. Like we go to Nashville and there's the room is packed and it's full of friends I've made over the years, and then in the same breath we also go to we have to cancel the very first show of the tour because our trailer hitch goes out in the middle of nowhere in North Dakota, and we literally have to miss our first show, and it's like and then it's this race to figure out, can we even get the vehicle good enough and get our trailer to make it to the next 2 shows, which are going to be like big money shows for the weekend. And it's we didn't anticipate it all, and literally 5 hours down the road from leaving for this exciting tour, we're stuck in a city in North Dakota thinking we're gonna have to call this tour off, and it's there's no way around getting out of that situation. And the way it's captured is just like real time making decisions. The show must go on, and showing like how this is how much we love doing this, that we'll go through all this to make sure that you guys can hear us. And it ended up working out super well. For like, you couldn't script it better than what actually happened, and it's full of highs and lows.
No, exactly. And I think, most people don't realize, like I was saying too, like, even watching that, you don't realize, like, okay, you guys got to drive there, and then you got to set up, then you got to play your show, then you got to load out, then you got to get in, get your sleep, drive to the next place. It's a lot of work just for one show, and then go to the next show. It's crazy what you guys put into it. So that's what I think the beauty of that is too, because like you say, people can actually see what it's really like, not like, like you say, like a major star that's on the bus that has everything taken care of. It's like the real deal,
Yep.
And you guys are like so fun. And, can I ask just a personal question? How tall are you? Because like you look so tall in these videos, I'm like, oh my God, how tall are you?
I'm 6'9", and
you are?
Yeah, I think our bassist might be the only one as tall as I am, but I'm 6'9", and so I might be the world's tallest country singer. I don't know.
You must be.
I know Neil McCoy's still kicking, and he's tall, so
that is crazy.
I think I'm playing with him later this year, so I'll find out who's taller.
Really? Well, when I meet you at the turf club, I'm 5'2", so I'll be like looking way, way up to you.
I'll stand back so you don't have to crane your neck or nothing.
Yeah, really. Oh my gosh. But that is just crazy. Well, you know what? This is a little guy. He is from my old show. And this is he's from my old show that I had World Exposure. And he brings in questions from
Oh boy.
fans. Okay.
Oh boy.
And yeah, he brings in questions from fans that want to hear something from them to you. Okay. Now
Oh
they
boy.
obviously have watched your documentary, and they want to know. They said that they saw that you are a canned fish connoisseur, and yes, which I did not know that either until I saw that. And
Yep.
they wanted to know which canned fish is your favorite. By all means. Because that is a very interesting thing that I did not know that there were.
Well, I
some
mean,
That classic squid flavor.
You know, classic squid flavor.
Classic.
I'm gonna give this one 6.7 out of 10. Well, yours, brother. Do you like it?
Oh, excellent. I'll give this one another bite.
Cameraman, you want in on this? What do you think out of 10?
Dude,
Ryan?
whatever the sauce is that they have,
What do you think out of 10?
pretty good. Out of
It's just
10.
ink.
It is interesting.
It's squids in ink.
Squids and ink. Well,
What do you give?
I give it a straight 7, actually. Straight
Well, it's
7, dude.
grown such popularity. It's always been there, but really the popularity in the last couple of years. They're amazing protein. They're for the most part pretty affordable. It's a little chic now, and there's some you get for like $8 to $10 and more. But honestly, you know, I do love just when it comes to just pure, packable, and versatile. You can get like mustard flavored sardines from like Aldi for like $2, and those are really amazing for the road. If I'm going something high quality, something like a tinned smoked trout will be awesome. You know, with some crackers, some little bit of fruit, and you know, we treat it as like a nice break from eating corn tortilla sandwiches and stuff on the road.
Right.
Yeah, so stuff,
It has to have taken like a
good
life
trout.
on its own, you know. I mean, do people actually bring cans to you and give them
Yes.
to you? Right. Okay.
Yes.
As long as they don't like throw them at you while you're on stage. I mean, that's pretty.
Yeah, just bring them up. We'll eat them on stage. I swear. You know, if you bring them, we will.
And tonight, for one night only, we're going to give you a special live review of some sardines in front of your very own eyes, Lincoln. Just for you. Just for you. Tonight we have some Napoleon brand flat anchovies. Anyone here ever eaten some anchovies before? I know, I always saw them in cartoons, and they're always supposed to be nasty, but I imagine they're really good. These guys are like, oh, why is the pool table $2? Or why is this guy reviewing sardines on stage? And they're really anchovies, they're not even sardines.
Cheers, dude.
I've actually never had anchovies before. That's some delicious salt. Holy crap. I got heart disease now.
You know, that's pretty cool, isn't it, though? That you know, you got that and people know that, and then they, you know, kind of bring it up to you, you know? I think that's
Absolutely.
cool, you know? So now I know you have, you know, a lot of fun on stage,
We're gonna
obviously.
give you just a straight rock and roll show.
Yeah.
And there'll be new merch, some funny new merch, and other than that, that's as crazy as this one's gonna get. We are gonna deliver the product, no frill, and just make, you know, deliver on our promises there. And so I can't excite or promise anything wild, but exciting. Yes.
But like I said, you guys have, you know, so much fun on stage usually, you know, with all this stuff. And to be able to, you know, play this from front to end, I mean, that is going to be so unbelievable, you know, not only for you, but for the audience, you know. And like I said, then everybody will be in anticipation, you know, for when it's released. And when is it going to be released?
August 6th.
Oh, okay, okay.
And there will be some songs beforehand, and we'll go through the whole process of unleashing that. But August 6th is it's here.
Nice, nice. And where else now are you going to be playing, and where else can people find your music? Because I
Well,
know you're kind of on tour here in Minnesota
yeah.
and Montana.
Yeah, ClaytonRyan.com is always going to be just the one-stop shop for everything, and all the socials. People know how to find that. But I'll be playing all around, not just Minnesota, but I mean Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Oregon, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. We're going just every direction this year. And so I'll be playing, and I'll keep the calendar updated every single time on what's going on. And it's a very, very busy year. And we're going to announce a tour after the Turf Club as well. That includes all these new dates, and that'll be all put together, and just kind of, the best way to spread your music is person to person, and I'll die on that hill. So, and I'll keep running up that hill too.
Yeah, but that's so good. And then, especially, to be able to film it all is just so much, so cool. How lucky is that, for you to be able to, have the opportunity to have it all filmed. And I mean, it's just, like I said, it was so fun to watch. I literally watched every single episode. And it was
that's awesome to hear.
I know, and I was just like, I was going to ask you, I'm like going, oh my God, I hope he has another season coming out. So I'm glad to hear that the new one is coming out. And when do they come out? Like every Monday, did you say?
Every Monday, starting April 6th, there'll be one every Monday at 5 o'clock, and then that'll run through end of May, and then by then we'll have another series. We have a shorter series from when we went to Chicago. We did like a 3-day run of Chicago, Indiana, and Ohio, and so that'll be another little like mini spin-off. And 4th of July last year I got to do my first national anthem in front of 7,000 people and play a thing, so that'll be its own kind of one-off maybe episode. And so there's going to be every Monday at 5 something coming out for everyone, along with putting my own covers and originals out there throughout the week. And it is Netflix level quality, and it's a super entertaining documentary, and it's free. You don't even need a YouTube account. It's free to go watch every Monday.
Yeah, exactly. And you have some other videos up there too, so people can go watch. But yeah, definitely, check you out. And ClaytonRyan.com also for all the information. So, but gosh, I really I can't wait for everyone to experience the Gas Station Social Club and see you perform live April 4th at the Turf Club in St. Paul. And I just really appreciate you taking the time today to talk to us. And
absolutely,
you're welcome anytime. And I hope I can, keep up with you through your journey, from now on, and just keep me posted on what's all going on, because I think you really are a great talent, and I wish you nothing but success and the best, really.
Well, thank you all for being a part of the journey. It takes a village, and I got a small but mighty one.
Yeah, doesn't it? It helps. Believe me, it really helps. But yeah, you are really special. So I really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
And like I said, we'll see you on April 4th at the Turf Club.
We'll see you there.
All right. Well, take care, and thank you again so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Clayton.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.